Welcome to this week's lesson. In this lesson, I'm going to teach you how we say in English in, on, at, and over. They can be very confusing if you hear us talk like this as native English speakers. So, for example, I am in my city, at the park, on a street. All of those are location, right? In a city, at location, at the building area. It could be at a building, at the park, on the street over here. So that's how we use in, on, and at for location. And when I throw in over, I might say, "Ooh, look over there, a squirrel." I don't see a squirrel today, but there was one a few minutes ago. Anyway, we'd say like over there, or go over. We'll use it with a phrasal verb, go and over. So I'll say, let's go over there to the park. Or I might be on the phone talking to my wife, and I just got off work, or maybe it's in the summer, and my wife, I'm like, "Hey honey, I thought you were home, where are you?" She says, "Oh, I'm at the park with the kids. Come on over and see us." She might request me to go over to see. And the confusing thing is English with over, we also use over like actually going over, like a bridge. I'll go over a bridge, or we'll fly over the mountains when we're traveling. So in English, when I say over, it can mean like go over like to a place, or look over to go nearby. So that's over. Okay, so in, on, and at for time. I told you location. Time for in, on, and at, we would say like in a minute, right? If I'm calling my wife again, like, come over to the park, my response might be in a minute. I'll be there in a minute. Okay, in a minute. But in can also mean like in time. We use in a lot for that. In a minute, you'll hear a lot in conversational English. So you try it. Say in a minute. Now let's say it in this sentence. Listen and repeat. I'll be there in a minute. I'll be there in a minute. Great practice. Okay, now the other two, at and on. So we might say, what time is the party? Or what time should I meet you at the park? We'll say, why don't you come over at 10 a.m. That's when I'll be there with the kids. At 10 a.m. at the park. What? Yes, I just use at for time and at for location in the same sentence. Now you try. I'll be there at 10 a.m. at the park. Okay, let's try that one more time. I'll be there at 10 a.m. at the park. Got it? Good practice. You can always pause and rewind to listen and repeat again. So that's at. The other one we have is on. Okay, on we use for days of the week. Sometimes we use them for other events. So for example, we'll say, okay, I'll meet you at the park at 10 a.m. on Monday. Right? So I can say on Monday, on Tuesday, on Wednesday, on a specific day. Now, there's a little bit difference too with in. In we use for months. So like I'll say, okay, I'll meet you in July on Monday at 10 a.m. See, I just use in, on, and at. And the mixed time, all those are time words, but we can also say location. I'll meet you on Monday at the park in July at 10 a.m. It's just really confusing. Then, now if I'm lost, here's another one. Let's say I'm lost. So I'm going over here and I'm lost, and I say, where are you? And I'll say, well, I'm on this street. I'm on Lake Street, or I'm on Bellevue Avenue, and you're on the phone and the Uber driver wants to pick you up. You'll say, well, I'm on this street. So that's in, on, and at in English in a nutshell. If you have more questions about in, on, at, and over, please comment below, ask your question, because this is how we talk as native speakers. So you try it one more time. Ready? Let's say it. I'll be there at 10 a.m. on Monday at the park in a minute. Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe and share, and you can get my Phrase It English language cards to practice at home and for fun. You can also watch my videos here on YouTube to learn how to improve your English. See you in the next lesson.